Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 24th. By now, you've probably read the good news that we're going back to inside worship on May the 2nd. It's going to take us a couple of weeks to get all of that stuff ready, and we want to give a little more time for everyone to be vaccinated so that we'll all be as safe as we can be. And that's been our primary objective this whole time. So, outdoor worship begins this week, and we'll have a month of that, and then we'll go inside and see how that goes. I want to talk a little bit more today about languages, learning languages. If you, I talk a lot about how discipleship is a lot like learning a language. If you learn, say, French or Spanish in school, you're only as successful really as how much vocabulary you can internalize. I've been working with Duolingo to try to regain some French comprehension, and for a few weeks I noticed that when I first started doing it, it would say blah, 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 and I go, what? Now it goes blah, 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 and it's words. I can hear words, and I can translate, it's simple sentences, but, I want milk for breakfast, but it's simple stuff, but I can understand it. Because I've learned through repetition the words, what the words are and what the words mean. So if you want to learn, French, you got to study the vocabulary. If you don't learn the vocabulary, you'll never learn anything in the language. And once you learn a lot of vocabulary, you're able to deal with it, easier and better. So we want to learn the words. We want to learn instinctively how to respond to someone speaking that language, or instinctively how to react in that language. Discipleship is much the same way. We can say love everybody, and you can say, okay, I'll love everybody. And then somebody does something and you're ready to, run them off the road. It takes some repetition, learning to get that instinctive, internal, led by the Spirit sort of discipleship to rise out of us spontaneously. If you don't do that, if you don't learn to be peacemaker or merciful or loving, then you can talk it all you want, but it's not going to do you any good. There's a pastor back in the 50s and 60s named Will Campbell, a kind of a southerner, and he said one time, you can worship the hind legs off of Jesus, but if you don't do what he says, it doesn't matter. I like that hind legs part. If you don't obey Jesus and do it consistently and again and again and again and learn to react that way, then it doesn't matter what you say. So let's spend today thinking about how do we learn the vocabulary of discipleship.